Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
All right, welcome to the KVJ After the Show Podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show Podcast.
Yeah. Welcome to Tuesday. A lot of exciting stories going on that we just didn't even have a chance to get to on the regular show here today. CNN putting out a report about the Indian Army finding proof of a Yeti.
What?
What?
Is this real? I didn't even know about the Indian Army.
It's a fair
Sounds
question.
like a fake army, Kevin.
Is this real, Kevin?
It's as real as the Kiss Army, Jaybird.
Is it as real as the KVJ Volunteer Army?
Yes, it is.
All right, give it to me.
What are these dots or feathers? What army?
You're talking about dots.
Okay.
The country, India, sent out their armed forces. They're on some kind of expedition, going to some mountain in the Himalayas. It's like
Himalayas.
Himalayas. Himalayas. I'm a Himalayas. I'm a Himalayas. I'm a Himalayas. I'm a Himalayas.
I don't know if I buy this. I never heard of this Indian Army.
Well, just because you don't fucking know about it doesn't mean it's not real.
Oh, you're just Bigfoot hopeful.
Wouldn't you
You
think the country
Bigfoot hater.
Wouldn't you think? I mean, the country of India would have armed forces.
Yeah, you over here, you don't know jack shit. Why don't you go read some more MRSA articles and get yourself scared?
I don't know. I don't hear them doing nothing. They're not shaking it up over there.
Because you're watching Vanderpump Rules, all that kind of shit.
It's a great show.
You ain't in the right world, lady. What are you talking
Can't wait for the Vanderpump reunion. Oh my gosh.
My whole thing is with Bigfoot as a species, if other animals and other creatures are possible and they're always discovering new stuff, why is it so out of the realm that a Bigfoot species could exist? Why?
I don't have that answer, Jaybird.
You guys don't even want to debate.
I just think that like all the new animals they find are like 50,000 miles under the sea, and they're like, oh, look, it's a new fish. All right, well, yeah, nobody's hanging out 50,000 miles under the sea to see that fish. We're hanging out in the woods all the time where the Bigfoot supposedly roams.
You are talking so much out of your ass right now. You have no idea what you're talking about. That we do not only just discover things in the ocean. There's things that are discovered all of the time. I'll send you the email. I'll send you a literature.
I feel like if Bigfoot was real, we'd have him by now.
That's not true.
Well, the story is that this expedition of 18 men from the Indian Army went to Mount Makalu, which is somewhere in the Himalayas. It's between Nepal and Tibet is where they went. And on their venture, they found a mysterious footprint.
Please tell me there's more than just a footprint.
A mysterious footprint,
Oh,
Jaybird.
well, that's all we need then. Case closed.
Gosh, her laugh sometimes, it sounds like the Joker.
Yes. We have found a footprint. They say the footprint measures 32 inches by 15 inches.
It could be Shaquille O'Neal or Bigfoot.
Yeah, so it's 32 inches long, so that would be basically the shoe size, and 15 inches wide. They actually put a pickaxe down beside the footprint just to give you perspective on how big this footprint in the snow was. And the only thing I'm looking at, you would think there'd be footprints. Are they just showing us one?
Well,
because if that's the case, was the Yeti playing hopscotch?
He was playing Mother May I.
Is he a peg leg? You don't know.
Uh-huh.
This story is not impressive, unfortunately. It does not tickle my fancy.
I love it.
Yeah, and I don't know. Maybe there is more. But, yeah,
I mean,
that's...
anybody can do a footprint. I hate to say it, but the witch is kind of right on this one. I need some fucking fur. I need some DNA. I need, Bigfoot semen. Give me something.
Please cover him in Bigfoot semen.
Cover me. I'll take a load. I don't give a shit if it's to prove.
Would you take a
Yes.
Bigfoot load in your mouth?
Oh, God. To prove.
It's big.
Okay, hold on.
I mean, you think the foot is big? This load is massive, and
but-
he's been saving it for you.
What do I get out of it, though? Everyone then knows Bigfoot's real, the species. I get credit for discovering Bigfoot.
I hope
Yes,
you get a toothbrush.
but everybody knows you sucked him off.
Well, that's
They
different.
know you found him, but they know you sucked him
You're
off.
changing the story. Taking a blast and sucking someone off is way differently. Not to get too graphic here, but I want to make sure I get the right criteria.
Well, usually before you get the blast, you're sucking him off.
How do I know Bigfoot's not jerking off? There's a lot of scenarios here.
Huzzah.
In my scenario, you're blowing him.
Boy, it's better. It betters the world,
You are the guy that found him.
and everyone knows this.
Everybody
all right.
knows.
I'm taking one for the team.
Okay.
Yeah, we gotta know.
All right.
I'm not happy about that, but you're giving me the worst case scenario.
Do you spit or swallow?
I don't know. I can tell Kevin's uncomfortable.
I just don't know how far this is going to go.
Well, she keeps fucking grilling me like I'm on the stand over here. Gosh. You need a nap. I can tell, Mom.
I've been in it all morning. I thought Mags had MRSA. I want a weird ride.
You were very panicked earlier.
Yeah. Because I'm just thinking, like, oh my gosh, is the baby going to get MRSA? Like, oh my gosh.
You often jump to the worst case scenario, would you say?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right.
Always.
I love how we were talking about how the media blows everything up, and you are in the media going, I think my kid's got MRSA.
Oh my gosh.
I got to take her to the ER.
I took her I didn't take her to ER first. I took her to MD Now first, and they thought it was ringworm, but it's not ringworm. And they have a culture that's coming back in like 3 days. And then sure enough, all over my social media feed this morning, MRSA, all these schools being scrubbed for MRSA.
Even Palm Beach Gardens, I saw high school.
Go Gators.
Yeah.
Go Gators. Go right to the clinic.
Go to the ER, Gators.
It's scary stuff. I'm freaked out by it. But MRSA, I learned, is a much deeper thing with an abscess. So it's got to be like a hard, bally thing, like way under the skin. Mags didn't have any of that. She just had
Impetigo.
a subcutaneous impetigo.
I could have told you that. You didn't ask me.
Well, it would have required me showing you her ass, and I think she would have been uncomfortable. Yeah, it's like on her upper thigh, but you can like see her butt when you look at her upper thigh.
I was just saying, I knew it was impetigo. I called it. I did. Kevin,
You
get
did
back,
call it.
Kevin, get
Psychic
back me up.
bird, yeah.
He called it without even seeing it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's it. He was on it. No doubt.
I mean, we should have people come in here with their rashes and boils and have you psychically predict what's the matter with them.
If we could get enough people in here and Kevin approves a bit, I am so down.
Oh, yeah, germphobic Kevin loves it.
Why don't we have a remote broadcast on that?
We can do that at Sasquatch Recordings.
Yes. If you show up at your front door, you can use your new cameras and show off the rash, and then you give your own diagnosis on it. And then we'll find out later if you're right or not.
Kim G is saying that I'm saying the word impetigo wrong. So how do you say it the right?
Impetigo.
That's the right way. Okay,
Yeah, it's Thai, not T.
Okay, impetigo. I'll continue to say it that way.
Yeah.
That's for you, Kim G.
Such a rebel.
There's another thing that was getting people all stewed up. Chase Bank. You know, these social media accounts try to be all clever these days, and then sometimes they get a little too clever and they step in it. Chase kind of did that. Hashtag Monday Motivation. A lot of people will put that up, and they'll put something like, oh, so inspiring. But it's really just an excuse to put up a hot photo of them sitting on the beach. Mm-hmm. And they're like, well, it's like I'm trying to motivate you. It's like, no, you're trying to show off that you look hot. And you want to get a lot of people like, oh, my gosh, you look beautiful.
3% body fat. Your ass is popping.
It's actually about motivating you.
Yeah, it's Facebook fishing or
Yeah.
Instagram fishing.
It is, yeah. You're not really trying to motivate anybody else. You're trying to motivate yourself, feeling good, be like, oh, yeah.
It's Motivation Monday. Now look at my tits.
It's Titty Tuesday.
Oh.
Look at my tits.
Titty Tuesday's fun. Titty Tuesday and Taco Tuesday. Love it.
So Chase Bank, for their Monday motivation, they put out kind of this conversation that you would have with your bank account, and you're asking, why is my balance so low? Your bank account responds, make coffee at home, eat the food that's already in the fridge. You don't need a cab, it's only 3 blocks. You say, well, I guess we'll never know. And your bank account's like, seriously? I mean, you're getting all these things you don't need. I mean, don't get Starbucks. You don't have to go out to eat. You don't need to take Uber. You can just walk. Come on, that hashtag, that's your Monday motivation. Well, apparently people didn't like being shamed by their Twitter's or their bank account's Twitter. So Chase deleted the post, and then immediately people are like going, hey, Chase, why'd you delete this tweet where you tried to flex on poor people after taking a $12 billion bailout?
Bam! In your face.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta be careful. You're getting all cute calling people out.
Well, that's why people are like going, you're talking about us and how we're recklessly spending our money. What about you having to take government bailouts to save your ass?
Bam!
Yeah, don't give us a lecture.
We're all the same, Chase.
Right.
We all make mistakes.
Yeah, except we were doing better things with our money than you were with yours.
CEO.
Don't give me a lecture.
They give CEO bonuses in the millions. Just know that.
Oh, I know. And that's why people are like going, you're going to put us on blast? Really? Hold up. Here's a mirror. So Chase came back and said, our hashtag Monday motivation is to get better at hashtag Monday motivation tweets. Thanks for the feedback, Twitter world.
All right. Well, they owned it.
It was. And whoever posted was like, come on, man, what are you doing?
There's been some pretty good fails with companies on Twitter. They try to be all clever and funny, and it just kind of backfires.
Yeah, because you have to put so much. That's the problem. You got to put so much stuff out there for it to get traction. I mean, a tweet they say is good for 10 minutes.
Is that how it is? That's how long it is?
Pretty much. That's the expiration on a tweet.
Wow.
At least what I've heard before.
So does that mean when you tweet something out for about 10 minutes, that's when it's the most visible on your feed, and then it starts to go bye-bye?
Yeah, with different algorithms and the such, that's kind of what happens, is that after about that amount of time, then, yeah, it's just not going to be seen unless you do something dumb with it, and then people pick it up and start, retweeting and all that kind of stuff. So it really kind of depends upon.
But let them put shit out there constantly then.
Well, that's just it. So I think, people who really study social media and the algorithms, that's the one thing is, it's constantly putting content out there. But when you do that, you put out enough stuff, you're going to take a misstep or two. And that's exactly what they did. And people only seem to really notice, and you only go viral on your missteps. Usually it's not on anything else. You're like, oops, uh-oh.
Yeah, anytime we've gone viral, it's because one of us is fucked up. When I say one of us, I'm talking about me.
Aw. You're not the only fuck up around here.
Yes.
Okay, I won't take all the credit.
no.
Yeah, you don't get all that shine.
You're right. We all went viral with the Rob Schneider. We all were in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that seems to be the case. So, yeah, they got called out for that. Now everybody is paying attention to Chase and screw those guys. So, yeah, ultimately the end result of it is not favorable. So that's the way it goes, though. Got to watch what the hell you're doing. Yeah, they were talking a little bit about some of the Twitter stuff out there and how people use it. And I know social media has come into blast a lot, and you're going to be seeing a lot more of Twitter because they're really starting to kick into the presidential stuff now.
Oh, yeah. It is. It's about to go full gorilla real quick.
Yeah. I think according to one of the surveys I saw recently, they had Twitter as the most toxic of the social media platforms. Do you agree, or do you think it's another?
Twitter's pretty dicky. Now, personally, Twitter... some people come at me at Twitter. I get the most hate from Facebook or texting. But I think for the most part, for your average person, I think Twitter is the place where people are zinging and fuck you, no, fuck you. But then you read their profile. I love the Lord. It's just so bizarre.
What would Jesus do? Jesus, first of all, would not be on Twitter.
Everyone's just so quippy and zingy. I mean, even all politicians now. That's the whole thing. They're telling the older politicians, you got to get on social media. Social media, that's the future. So you've got all these older people now on Twitter who's never gone on Twitter before, trying to be all zingy and trying to be all clever.
Hopefully they have somebody doing their Twitter. Because if you're an old guy who's just like, I should get into Twitter, don't.
Some do, some don't. You can tell the ones who do.
You need help. It is a rough, crazy biker bar out there, and you should not go in alone.
Well, it's so silly because, I mean, they broke down, they did, everybody's feeling on social media in general. 55% of people think it spreads more lies than truth. A majority of people.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, everybody just puts their agenda out there. Truth, be gone. It's only about your agenda, and people blatantly lie.
And I feel like the last 5 years, it's gotten bad. I mean, we were always talking about social media. A lot of these stories weren't popping up.
57% think it does more to divide than unite us.
Absolutely.
I would agree. I wouldn't agree with that 5 years ago. I do agree with that now.
82% of Americans agree that social media is a huge time waster. Yet 69% of us still check it at least once a day.
Oh, yeah. I think we're addicted to it.
A lot of it is time wasted, but some of it's not. So you have to rifle through a good bit of stuff, but there are nuggets in there, and that's why we keep coming back.
Yeah, I would tell you honestly, I don't find it to be a time waster, but you have to have up the parameters, guidelines, whatever it is, and how you use it. It's a tool, and any tool can be used the right way and the wrong way. And so, I've gone through and luckily all my stuff is anally organized. And so if I got to try to find some information or something I want, I go right to that anal organization file and I find the information that I need or whatever the article is for the show. And then boom, save it.
My opinion, the reason why we got issues now with all this stuff, everybody and their mother has access to get out their message and to go live and go public at any given time. We've never lived in a moment until now, until the last 5 years, 10 years, where humans could do that. I've got family members who have access to going live. They should not have access to that. They're fucking insane. They should not be spreading their poison. But everybody can now.
You're right.
Everybody can get that out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think you just have to take everything that you see on social media with a grain of salt, and it's entertainment.
If you have that mindset, yes. Some people don't.
People need to. But you're right. They have a very hard time with it. Let me see here. Got a couple other things to get to. Talking about the social media thing, because of the way we record videos now, flat screen TVs are trying to adapt. Samsung just announced a new 43-inch TV that you can rotate 90 degrees when you want to watch vertical videos.
Ooh.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if you got to walk up to the TV and kind of flip it around like it's on a stand like that, or if you hit a button and it'll rotate. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see exactly how it works. Is it constantly rotating back and forth? And I actually had a video. I had a friend of mine when I was doing the whole baptism in the Jordan River over in Israel. I'm like, oh, this is a moment I don't want to miss. But I handed my camera to the oldest guy in our group. And I'm like, hey, will you get video of this?
Uh-oh.
And he went from vertical to horizontal inside the same video.
It's rough. It's rough.
It's pretty tough, yeah.
People get so mad on social media when someone films it like that, too. It's half the comments.
So if I wanted to watch that on my TV, I would have to flip halfway through the video to have it keep adjusting vertical to horizontal. So I don't know how this thing would work. They say the TV's going on sale now in South Korea. No word on when it'd be available in America, and no word on whether you'd really want it or not. I'm not sure. Because, yeah, you're right. There's still some social media. Like, I don't do much with Snapchat, but that's a vertical, right? And
yes.
Your YouTube is horizontal?
YouTube's horizontal, Bird?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much everything else.
Everything else is horizontal. Insta stories are vertical.
Gosh.
I am not a fan of these Insta stories. I know you love them. I know the kids love them.
I love them.
I'm sorry.
I just drink them up Oh,
Yeah,
like
same
sweet
way.
Kool-Aid.
You don't like them, or you?
I don't, because I tried to start doing them, and then something would happen, and like just one little piece of it would get all messed up, and then ruin the whole thing. And I'm like,
we're in
screw
radio. If
this.
something cool happens, I want to be
Yeah.
able to show everybody 3 days later,
Right.
play the audio. The fuck do I want things to be invisible for? Fuck Snapchat and fuck that. Sorry.
What are you mad at?
All that stuff that goes away like that. It's stupid.
Well, if there's something really special that happens, you can take an Insta story and make it permanent on the top of your Instagram page.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I'm sorry.
Man, I like it.
I mean, I'm
I'm
not,
sorry, old man.
I'm not-
I'm just telling you how it is. The kids like it.
I'm not really mad.
Jaybird was telling me about this coworker's phone they were looking at yesterday.
Do we know this person?
Have you ever been looking at somebody's phone at something they're showing you, and something comes in at that moment that you're not supposed to see, yet there's no way you couldn't have seen it?
Yeah, he's trying to show me and Denny's a shark that he caught over the week. He's a big fisherman. He's like, I got this shark. So he's trying to show us this video of his shark. And as he's showing us the video, a picture of this girl bent over naked, like with her ass hanging out, comes over, and his face drops and goes, oh, you weren't supposed to see that. And he grabs his phone really quick, and me and Denny's didn't know what to go. Oh, we didn't see anything.
Can
you
we
had-
go shark hunting with you? Because that looks awesome.
It wasn't supposed to come up as he was showing that to us.
So you had a tuna take out a shark?
I had a tuna take out a shark.
Wow.
You don't see that often.
No, you don't.
Look at this shark. I'm like, sir, that's not a shark. That's a pussy.
That ain't no shark. If it is, it's a toothless shark.
Have you ever had that before where you're looking at someone's phone and some bullshit comes up?
Yeah, I've had a girl that was swiping through her pictures one time, showing me something I can't remember, and she swiped onto a picture of herself, spread eagle. Yeah. And I was like, "Oh my gosh," because this wasn't a friend. This was like,
Oh, wow.
like a quasi business associate.
Yeah, okay. And you got to see it, huh?
I did.
Yeah,
Permanently etched in my memory.
right. Yeah, I think a lot of us have.
Well, it's really embarrassing because we don't know the guy that well at all, really. He was just trying to be cool. Hey, I caught this shark. Look at this. Oh, shit.
Yeah,
That's my wife.
he's trying to bridge the gap.
I'm pretty sure it's either his wife or his girlfriend.
Because somebody texted to him. If
Yeah.
it pops up like that, it's a text.
It was a text.
It's a horrifying concept. I mean, imagine you're showing somebody like something on your phone, and imagine if it's a text that comes in that's talking shit about the person that's looking at your phone. Could you imagine if that ever happened?
Oh, I've done that. I have sent. I've told you this story where I'm like, Kevin, producer Heather's acting like such
Yeah.
a bitch, and then I sent it to Heather. You sent it to the wrong person, dumbass. I'm like, shit. That's the worst. I've done that a few times where I've sent the wrong text to the wrong person, and it caused a lot of drama.
Let me see here. Got someone looking for a little advice. We'll get to in just a second. One, which I thought was really nice, talking about things you get on your phone. Jaybird yesterday was talking about a voicemail that he has from Ann. He still hasn't listened to it. It was 3 days before she passed. That was on his phone. And you haven't listened to it in the last day, Jaybird?
I haven't, no.
Okay. Shirley from the Pizzle said, when my sister died in 2011, I was paralyzed by the thought of listening to her last voicemail. I had a lot of guilt that I didn't speak to her over the weekend, and I thought that whatever she had to say was about her needing help with something. It took me several months to listen to it, and I finally did so with a grief counselor. And when I finally listened, I cried hard because it was her voice, and it was just a voicemail about celebrating her birthday with my daughter and plans for her birthday. I now have 2 voicemails from my brother who literally drank himself to death, and I had to cut off a year and a half before he died, shortly after our mom had died, and I've not listened to either one of them. My point is, Jaybird, you're not alone. I also still have my parents' phone number in my phone, and my dad's been gone for 22 years, so Yeah, so a lot of people do hold on to that stuff. It's comforting, even if you never do listen to it, just knowing that it's there.
It's so weird. We're cleaning out all of her stuff at her place, and we're finding a bunch of stuff. We found that Keith Hernandez plate somebody gave to her.
Aunt Anne's?
She loved,
Aw.
at Aunt Anne's, and she loved that plate. She loved Keith Hernandez, and I felt so bad. I could not, for the life of me, remember who got her that plate. But I know it was a listener listening to this program, and they went, a great deal. They went through a great deal of trouble to get that to us. So thank you. It was a nice little memory.
It made her very happy.
It did. We found a little picture of Kevin that was autographed to Ann that he did not send. Someone sent a picture to Ann as Kevin.
And she kept that?
It was in her stuff for some reason. Yeah, she had that stuff. She had it there still.
Did she secretly like you and she just couldn't ever admit it?
It's a great question, Virginia. I don't know.
Why would you keep a picture of your guy you hate?
Yeah, I know.
For black magic.
Right, yeah.
I don't know.
For the voodoo doll.
It's very mysterious. Very mysterious. Somebody here with a nice note to Jaybird reminding you your birthday is going to be coming up in less than 2 weeks. And just want to make sure you would register for all those restaurants to get the free birthday food. You guys have talked about that.
That's so funny. You said I've registered to some of them, so we definitely have enough to make this happen.
Okay.
That's going to be... Yeah, I think our Friday's kind of changed for my birthday, so I think that's going to be a big day. I'd love for everyone to be involved in that.
You can hit every place in town that does a free birthday meal.
The other thing I want to do for my birthday, too, I want to take maybe that Saturday, wake up really early, and hit
You're doing a beach cleanup.
Okay, perfect. After the beach cleanup, have people just go on this big old pizza run with me to all these different pizzas all through South Florida. Do about 8 or 9 pizzas and have 1 or 2 slices at each place and then grade it. I would love to do that.
Okay, that sounds fun.
You guys in?
We in. I mean, it's your birthday. We have to say
You
that.
have to say that.
Can I drink?
Yes.
Okay.
For my birthday?
I mean, for the pizza run thing.
Yes.
Okay, good.
No, it's a party.
Good.
Yes. Good. She's in. Reese's and mayo. I don't know. This sounds more like a prank than anything. Somebody said mayonnaise on a Reese's peanut butter cup is so amazing.
Bullshit. They are totally trying to get us to eat
That's
shit.
what I thought
Have you
too.
seen the new cups with the peanut butter on the outside?
I have not.
Yeah, that's real. I just saw it in the store and it kind of freaked me out.
Yeah, I think somebody had mentioned that to us.
There's peanut butter on the outside now
I
and the inside, both.
don't hate it. I'm coming off a big peanut butter fudge run from Kids World. I bought so much fucking fudge.
He bought a family block of fudge.
I think I bought it close to $20 worth of fudge.
That's impressive.
Dude, you saw me leaving with that big bag. It looked like I was shopping.
Yeah, I didn't see. I saw you out of the corner of my eye, like real quick, and it was so because somebody was talking to me, and I was giving them my undivided attention. I saw you out of the corner of my eye, and then when they were done talking to me, I looked around, you were gone. I'm like, oh my! And now I'm like, did I imagine Jay Bird?
Well, I was doing that weird thing where you're waiting to talk to somebody. They know you're waiting to talk to them, but the other person won't shut up. So
Yes.
you're just sitting there, kind of looking awkward. And then finally, 10 minutes deep, I'm like, I gotta eat some fucking fudge. I gotta get out of here.
Fudge break.
Yeah, fudge ain't gonna wait forever. It's not gonna eat itself.
Fudge don't eat itself.
It
No.
does. Virginia, you're gonna love this fudge.
It was peanut butter?
It was so good.
I do love peanut butter.
Quick little heads up, too. 7-Eleven just launched beer delivery in 18 cities, including Miami and Fort Lauderdale. They've got a delivery app called 7 Now, and they're eventually going to expand to more cities. They didn't say when, but if you're in any of those cities, you can just get that app and get your beer delivered right to your door.
This delivery thing is so massive now. I was in Whole Foods yesterday, and I'm not even shitting you when I tell you half the shoppers in Whole Foods were working for the company, going around filling those Prime bags full of stuff for customers. It's all people that work that are loading up grocery carts. It's no regular shoppers.
I had to get a haircut. I didn't have much time. So I'm like, I don't want to go in. I don't want to wait. I said, do they have to where you can call haircut people to come and do your hair? Denny's was, yeah, man, they got everything now. Is that real?
That's real.
You can have people cut your hair now at
Yep.
home?
They come to you like a barber or a hair salon. They come to you.
What about massages?
Yeah, they've been doing that for years.
You can get massages at the house.
Yes.
Is it creepy?
Yes.
Hey, I want a massage.
If you're there, yes.
Hey, you can get a rub and tug too, I'm sure.
No, we're not. My dad's there, for God's sake.
You can get one too.
Make up for that little snake prank you played on him.
Yeah, you owe him a rub and a tug.
Yeah.
right,
Hey,
you're
Dad, I want to make up for that. Don't ask any questions, just lay there.
And the other question I had, I know Publix delivers beer because they've delivered beer to me. When are they going to start being able to deliver whiskey?
If you call a Publix that has a whiskey store attached to it,
They do. The Village one they have a liquor store.
why can't they then?
I don't know. I feel like you can't get liquor delivered to you.
I don't know. I never tried.
Yeah.
I don't drink liquor.
When you're a shut-in and an alcoholic.
Well, no.
These are the things.
It's not
They
that I'm
actually sometimes go hand in hand.
It's not that I'm a shut-in, but okay, let's say this is going on. You make a couple drinks, and you're out of your drink, and now you want to still continue.
You're like, I am not drunk enough that I'm going to throw up, and that's my goal.
Well, you're not going to Uber to the whiskey. That's when you really look like you have a problem. I'm Ubering just to get my whiskey bottle. I got to Uber back now. I think
Yeah.
that's more of a problem
Yeah.
than getting it delivered.
Yeah, it's changing the game.
They're saying that you can, in the chat room, they're saying you can get liquor delivered. That's,
Okay.
Gosh, man.
I feel like our chat room would know.
Yes.
This is a question from Pete in the Pizzle.
Pete and the Pizzle.
Yes. In fact, I'm going to get to Pete in a second because I want to get to this one real quick. This is, what do you do when you walk in on somebody rubbing and tugging? The anonymous emailer said, when I first moved in with my now husband, I caught him huzzawing. I come home early from work, and when I walked into the bedroom, I saw him standing by the window, breathing hard. The computer was on the bed. I put two and two together and just burst out laughing. Ever since that day, I've noticed that whenever he gets the urge, he's going to call me first to see where I am.
What a rookie move.
He doesn't even know.
Hey,
He
what do you-
needs to
what-
get your phone when you're not paying attention and turn on the alert me feature.
Yeah.
Then he can follow you wherever you are.
But then the thing you can do, too, as a dumbass, sometimes I tried to spy on somebody and accidentally hit that horn button and it fired off on their phone.
That would be so alarming. You're huzzah, and you hear a horn go off.
Well, it's like, no, when you try to be sneaky, oh, they're not going to know I'm spying on them. And you, like a dumbass, hit it. And you're like, hey, why'd you send off my phone? Oh, no. There's really not a good excuse for that.
Oh, and she knows that's his whole thing, and he doesn't know that she knows. That's the worst.
Yeah. She said, I now have a son. I'm terrified I'm going to walk in on him one day. How should I handle this if it happens? Has this ever happened to you? Did you walk in on somebody or were you walked in on?
just assume if they're in there with the door closed, they're tugging it.
Yeah, I mean, I've told you the story.
That's tough. I mean,
Knock, don't open the door.
Well, my brother picked the lock. Every house we've ever lived at, everyone could pick a lock and get in so quick. It's awful.
It's super easy to pick a lock on like residential knobs.
It is, and I was laying on we didn't have carpet at the time. We had this tile. We're getting carpet, and it was just like this.
Like linoleum?
Yes. And
We
I'm-
had linoleum.
I'm laying-
They rolled it out, and it looked like it was like little squares, but it wasn't. It was one big sheet.
there may not be a less sexy substance on planet Earth than cold linoleum.
Oh, it was so terrible, and I'm in the thrills of passion, and I didn't hear my brother picking the lock.
That's because your brother's good.
He's a real good, and so am I. I was really, going to town. So then all of a sudden,
I wonder what you were thinking about.
I mean, I'm 17 years old, so probably some chick in my class out of because this is not.
Do you keep it quiet or do you moan a little bit? Little grunts?
Well, especially back then, being such a youngster, I was raw. I wasn't keeping it quiet. I didn't know what I was doing. And my brother,
Oh, Becky.
Becky's my sister's name. Don't say that. That's
I'm sorry, not Becky.
Oh, it's so
Becky.
weird.
What's another girl you went to class
Oh my
with?
gosh! Oh, Becky, you had to-
Elizabeth.
Oh, that's-
Sorry.
Stop saying names. It's our boss's name. Stop saying names. Oh my god!
Terrible. Wow. I thought the linoleum was going to make this story unsexy.
Yes, I'm laying completely naked. I mean,
Jerking
no,
off to my sister.
no, no, that's Virginia's words.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
And then
This story's so confusing now. I don't know what's going on here.
my brother walks in, and my heart drops, and I instantly go into like this crouch position.
Like a fetal?
Yes, because I'm acting like I had poopy cramps. He goes,
Are you still holding your junk?
No, I let go. He goes, brother, are you jerking it? I'm like, no, oh, I get the worst cramps, Ted. Oh, I just get such bad cramps. And he closed the door, and then I hear, yeah, Jabert's jerking it. I was so humiliated.
Jabert's jerking it. Yeah.
So sad.
That's what happens, yeah. Guys have their own little routines.
At 17, you're embarrassed.
And it's your prime jerking years.
When you were younger, did you kind of hide the fact that it wasn't until I
Still
was
do. I mean, what am I going to do? Parade around, be like, kids, dick's coming out, you better go hide. I mean,
No, I'm saying the fact that you did. I remember growing up, a lot of kids they wouldn't say anything. Like, oh, no, I don't do that. That's gross. And then I remember the popular kid at school admitted, man, I jerk off all the time. And then I noticed a lot of kids started to admit, oh, yeah, man, I jerk off too. But they were afraid to say it until the popular kids said it.
They always took that, yeah.
How was it in Logan?
When they did the jerking off thing?
Were people hiding that stuff, or was it forbidden?
Well, I was young at the time. When I remember that conversation, how it went down, and it was when I'd gone on a trip to Myrtle Beach. I think it was probably 16 or 17, somewhere around there. Remember I told you about had one of my teachers used to party with?
Yes.
Which sounds just about right for Logan.
Yeah. So I was with him and the Voorhis Brothers. I hung out with a lot of people a lot older than me.
Voorhis. Who are they?
They were just these older guys. Like I hung out because my next door neighbors were older, like 2 to 3 years older than me, but I grew up like they were my brothers.
Okay.
And so they kind of plugged me in. They kind of brought me up, and so I got brought up through the ranks, and they're like going, okay, you're allowed to drink, because there was this castle that overlooked Logan. They're like going, we're going to bring you up to the castle to drink. I was like, ooh, cool. So I kind of got grandfathered into all these
very
things.
Game of
those guys.
Thrones.
Yes, it really was. It was very cool, and it was a real castle, had a spire, and every single room there was a different level of party.
Wow.
Yes, it was pretty insane. It was a good time, yeah. For Logan,
Was it
was
an
a good time.
abandoned castle?
No, somebody lived in it.
Somebody lived in it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
It was pretty cool. Yeah, and it was just a house that had this big castle spire on it that went all the way up. But you could see it overlooking all Logan pretty much.
Cool.
And so, yeah, I took a trip with my teacher and the Voorhis
All these
Brothers.
older boys.
Am I the
and
only-
nobody tried to molest you?
Yeah, am I the only one
no,
that thinks
because
this is
there's-
going to end in a circle jerk?
Well, because because the whole thing, and they weren't gay. These guys were straight. The one guy, the teacher, was kind of like he had a frat guy mentality. Like he partied like that. His house was like a frat house, and that was his. In fact, he was dating a teacher that was pretty hot. But the whole thing about him, she kept trying to get him to settle down. She's like, when are you going to grow up and stop acting like you're a big college student? And
He's like, never.
And he couldn't. That was his problem, yeah.
So I'm hanging out with the Van Delsen brothers, or whatever their names were.
Voorhis, yeah.
Voorhis. I love hearing all these brothers.
Yeah, they were. Traveled in packs. Yeah, and so I remember we went down to Myrtle Beach, and somehow, my teacher had talked to my mom, like going, hey, yeah, we're going to make it's going to be an educational trip.
Okay, so your mom probably loved that.
Yeah, and so we went down and stayed in a motel that was down there, and I remember we were on the ground floor.
Is this story getting creepier by the minute?
Yeah, we were in a motel
It's me and
in
my
Myrtle Beach.
much older male teacher.
And all these
I
older
remember
guys.
there was,
This is my masturbation story.
And the Voorhis Brothers had a Spanish exchange student. I forgot he was with us.
This is a movie.
This sounds like an 80s comedy.
This really happened. And so we had him, we didn't know anything Spanish. And so we were on the bottom floor of the motel. There's a big pool there and the beach and everything. And I remember we got kicked out because he put in shaving cream on a trash bag, show us your titas, and put it on the door. And I remember security came in because they considered that somebody told them that titas meant tits. And so they chucked us out of that motel.
For Titas.
Yeah, we got chucked out. We were doing a lot of other.
Was it spring break?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a spring break educational trip to Myrtle Beach.
I mean, Titas and spring break go hand in hand.
Oh, that old creepy teacher loved it. It was perfect.
He was so happy.
He's like, yeah, I'm going to spring break with my boys. Like, aren't those your students?
It's kind of the perfect situation
the other
for
guys
him.
had graduated.
Yeah.
So I was probably 10th grade, 11th grade, somewhere, sophomore or junior, somewhere around there. Because I think I just gotten my license. So I was like 16, 17.
Okay.
Yeah. So I remember that. Because I remember I was the one that was pretty much sober by the end of it. So I went on the beer run. And the Van Voorhis, we took their parents' brand new Cadillac down to Myrtle Beach. Yes. And so we went on a beer run. And it was like 1 or 2 in the morning.
And you wrecked it.
I wrecked it.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit. This is a movie.
Well, I went with the teacher. His name was Bud. And so Bud's like, don't say anything. We'll just leave it. And so the Van Voorhis brothers, they came out, and they were big motherfuckers. Like, they played football and everything, and they were violent. Yeah. And so they were just so pissed. And their dad was a big motherfucker, too. And so to this day, we never said anything. He's like, if they find out you did this, they will fucking kill you. And so we never said anything about it.
And now you're talking about it on the podcast?
I'm hoping time, and the fact that I don't even know if they're still alive. So, it's good news. People die young in Logan. So
Live hard.
Live hard, yeah. So we went, and I remember that was one of the conversations that had come up as we were sitting around. Here I was just a 16, 17-year-old. So I'm like, yeah, anything, masturbation, shameful. And they're going, what are you talking about? They're like going, it's the best thing ever. I'm like going, I thought they were tricking me. And of course I had.
Yeah.
At that point.
But you were trying to look cool, but then it turns out it's just fine.
I was like,
jerk.
so this is cool? Like, yeah, we jerk off all the time. I'm
Yeah.
like, all right.
Right about, I would say 16 or 17 is when my friends started to get a little bit more open. Oh, yeah, man, I jerk off all the time or whatever. But when 13, 14, you were embarrassed. You thought you were...
You don't know what's going on.
Yeah,
you don't know the rules.
Absolutely. To me, between the middle school was the toughest. It was such a confusing time.
I agree.
Yeah, you don't know. So.
You're trying to figure stuff out.
Yeah, it just happens. Just,
Well, you've
got biological urges.
You start to get urges. You want your independence, but you're still such a fucking kid. It's a weird place.
Yep. A couple more questions. Pete from the Pizzle said, I just want to let you know I've been faithful listening the last couple of years, and I drive for a living. Used to listen to Howard Stern, but I lost interest and enjoy much more your online chemistry and daily laughter you bring to me. I've been fascinated with the activities you guys do every weekend for the radio station. I was just curious if you guys get paid for that, or is it something as part of your contractual commitment? Keep up the good work. You're doing a hell of a job. Thank you very much, Pete from the Pizzle. Yeah, it depends. Some of them we do if it's at a business. Typically we do, but then there are other times where, we don't. We just, show up. Kids World, that was something we do contractually.
For free.
Happened this last weekend.
Yeah, someone asked if we ever get paid for Little Smile stuff. Absolutely not. That's all charity.
Yeah.
That's all charity stuff. We did Aunt Ann Memorial. That was unpaid. That was just a meetup.
That'd feel weird getting paid for that.
I know. And yeah, I thought about that. I'm like, no, we're doing that for free.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it depends. But,
but if you see us at like Blue Martini, that's paid. Mm-hmm. Cocktails and karaoke, that's paid.
Yeah, we get paid to do that. Act like such fools. Isn't that great?
And then we usually drink whatever they pay us in our bar tab, so it kind of breaks even, which is like, what are we doing?
Yeah, no, it does.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe who drank 17 Fireball shots. Oh wait, that was us.
Oh wait. Somebody said, I got a question. My grandpa sent my son $100 for Easter, and we're going to Disney, and I haven't told my husband at all. I want that money for my son. Should I tell him?
Wait, what?
My grandpa sent my son $100 for Easter. We're going to Disney, and I haven't told my husband at all. I want that money for my son. Should I tell him?
No.
Is the husband going to...
Spend it on your son at Disney.
That's your grandpa gave it for him to spend at Disney. So if, you got a husband coming in and be like going, no, that's money. That goes into my pocket. Well, fuck you.
Yeah. I second that. Fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you.
That's the kid's Easter money.
Yeah, I feel like
Grandpa wants it for the kid.
Right.
Do it something nice for the kid at Disney, and that'll be beautiful. And whisper in his ear, this is from Grandpa. He sent me a little bit of extra money to do something nice for you.
And if your husband gives you a clap back, do what Kevin just did. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Tell him fuck you at Disney.
Mm-hmm. That's
But wait
right.
till you get by a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, you ever got any questions for us? You can fire them at us, mail at kvjshow.com. You guys enjoy your Tuesday, and we'll talk to you later. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.